Tonight's story takes us deep into southern Louisiana, where the water is dark, the air is heavy, and people say that the bayou remembers everything. This is one of those stories that start off sounding ordinary until it doesn't. A person online shared a true ghost story from the bayou in Louisiana, but the way that they described it gave me chills. And not because it was loud or dramatic, but that it felt quiet. The kind of quiet that makes your skin itch. They said that the place already felt strange to them. You know the kind of place they mean. Old water, old land, old grief. A place where the trees lean low, the roads disappear into darkness, and every sound seems too close. They were near the bayou when the atmosphere just shifted. At first, it was just a feeling. An uneasy sense that something or someone is watching you, even when the area is completely empty. They said that they started to notice little things. The air felt heavier, the silence felt unnatural, and the energy around the place seemed wrong in ways that they couldn't explain. They described it like the whole area had its own mood, one that did not welcome outsiders. And if you've ever been somewhere deep in Louisiana at night, then you know exactly what that means. As the story goes, that strange feeling kept building. It wasn't like a jump scare type of fear, not a loud, obvious threat. Something slower than that. Something that creeps. That's the thing about bayou stories. The fear doesn't always arrive all at once. Sometimes it settles in around you first. Sometimes it starts with the feeling that the swamp is listening. And in this case, the storyteller felt as though they were being pushed out. Like whatever was there did not want them staying too long. They mentioned old plantation homes along the bayou, and that detail matters. Because in Louisiana, certain places carry history that never really went away. You can feel it in the architecture, in the land, in the silence between the sounds. And the bayou has a long, long memory. The storyteller said that things felt so strange that even ordinary details started seeming off. Not enough to shout danger at first, just enough to make every instinct shout leave. That's how a lot of real haunting stories work. Not with a face in the window. Not always with a voice in the dark. Sometimes it's just with the certainty that you are somewhere that you were never meant to be. They eventually figured out that they needed to get out of there. And that's when the fear became more than just a feeling. Because once you decide to leave, It suddenly feels like you're being watched for noticing. The bayou can do that. It can make you feel like you have crossed some invisible line. One moment, you're just passing through. The next, you feel like you've stepped into something ancient. Something that does not belong with the living. What makes this story so unsettling is that it doesn't rely on a monster or a clear apparition. It's the atmosphere. It's the sense that the land itself is unsettled. And for a channel like this, that's what makes it a great story. Because the best Louisiana haunting stories is not about the things that you can see. They're also about what you can feel and sense. The air, the uneasy quiet, the sense of being on borrowed time. That's the true horror of the bayou. So when I hear people talk about Louisiana ghosts, I always think about stories like this one. Stories where the setting is the warning. Where the place itself tells you to turn around. Because in the bayou, sometimes the scariest thing is not the ghost that you see. It's the feeling that something has been there longer than you have. And it knows that you noticed. If you've ever felt something unexplainable watching you in the dark, drop a comment, tell me about it. And if you want more creepy Creole stories, bayou legends, and haunted Southern tales, make sure you stay tuned for the next one. Stay spooky.